Sounds good. Now, I did tell Nicholas in our pre-pro that my theme is a bit innocuous. It's a little out there, so
Bit
I'm
shitty.
giving him a lot of leeway on this one. Yeah, it's kind of a shitty theme if you're not a film buff, which Nick is not. So,
true.
here we go. The first of my 3 log lines is: a masked, shadowy killer brutally murders the models of a scandalous fashion show in Rome. The second logline is: an artist witnesses a close friend's murder and must discover the identity of the killer before he becomes the next target. And the third and final logline is: a violent police detective investigates a brutal murder that might involve a manipulative and seductive novelist.
Can you repeat that last one?
Of course. The third logline, which was the last one, is: a violent police detective investigates a brutal murder that might involve a manipulative and seductive novelist. And Nick, which do you think is the original logline?
I think it's the third one.
That is incorrect, Nick.
Oh, wow. So the second one is
I
yours.
will. Yep. The second one is my logline. The third one is the plot of Just Kidding. You can still guess those. You want to take a shot at them?
I'm not feeling.
I'll give you one hint for the top and first logline. The top and first logline is a foreign film.
Okay, is the first one Shudder?
It is not, no.
Okay, I was struggling because it sounds like I guess Rome wouldn't make sense for Shudder now that I think about it. Because I was thinking it was the one where the photographer in the house kills the people, but that one's not in Rome either. So I was kind of for a loss on that one.
I see, yes.
And I don't think I know the third
Yeah.
one either, unless it's like 7, but I don't think it is.
Not at this time, no. Although, you were giving me great ideas for next week's loglines. The first one is I believe, the most famous of this type of film. It is Blood and Black Lace.
Oh, Giallo.
And Nick has guessed the theme correctly, and he will get 1 point
Oh, yeah.
for guessing the theme correctly.
I actually haven't seen that one, even though it's like the essential one.
Yeah, I started it a couple times. I haven't gotten all the way through, but it's really beautiful. It's nice to look at. And the third and final logline was Basic Instinct,
I haven't seen.
which I have not seen, but is very sexy, I hear.
Because it's like Mario Bava
Mario
directed Blood and Black Lace. Not wahoo! I'm a giallo. Because I haven't seen much Bava. I've seen what's his name, fact checker who did Suspiria.
While you're looking that up, fact checker, keep up the good work. You're doing great lately.
Dario Argento. That is who I've seen. I've seen a lot of his, like, is it Phenomenon with Jennifer Connelly? One of my favorites.
I think it's Phenomenon.
I'm thinking too. It's hard to tell with the damn Italians.
Italian food.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Giallo. I'm not too experienced in the subject, but it's very cool, very stylistic.
Yeah. I know way more about the history of Giallo than I have seen Giallo films.
Not very, it's a dated genre. They're not really, they don't really deal positively with those of disabled natures or any sort of differing nature. But
Nick throwing shade at Giallo.
I love them. I'm a problematic queen. I can't get enough of them.
Nick, please change your Twitter handle to problematic queen. Thank you.
I've already done that one. All right, if you're fine
dang.
with that one, I want to go with my log line.
I will let you go. I just want to briefly describe my original plot.
Oh yes, of course.
What it relates to. So this one's actually a short film that I've already made. That I was really proud of at the time of, and now I look back and I'm kind of like, I could do this much better.
God, I hope it's not the one I started.
It sure isn't. This one is... The title was Pursuit, and it was about, spoiler alert, a killer who is in love with the artist whom she is stalking. which is why she murders his friend, because he thinks there's a romantic interest between the two in the first place, which I had a lot of fun writing when I did write it. I only realized afterwards that it was very similar to the giallo genre. I really hope I get to remake this one someday, and maybe Nick can get murdered in it. Okay, cool. Nick, go ahead.
Well, like Pialo. Thank you very much. All right.
Close.
Log lines. I'm going to start us off with our first log line from your boy, Nicky Roy. All right. Husband buys an odd, person-sized stuffed rabbit for his wife. Second one. Actor gets a gig as a mascot, which starts affecting his sanity. And the third one. A man drunkenly dresses like Bigfoot, making his little town big famous.
Oh man, Nick, these all sound like you could have written them.
Yeah, exactamundo, my friend.
This is probably the hardest log line.
These all scream me.
I think the first one is yours.
You would be correct.
Oh, good. Because I heard it and I was like, I know I've seen that somewhere, but the other two, I don't know, man. Nick's really into Sasquatch, so maybe, but
I cannot deny that.
Oh boy. And I think your theme is like costumes, like giant costumes.
Costumes is exactly right. I was thinking of maybe throwing a curveball and having the third one be like something not in an animal costume and just like a man in a suit, and that would be the theme, is men in suits.
Yeah.
But I decided to be a little nicer today.
That's excellent. I have no idea what the two title things are. Okay. So please, if you could inform me.
The third one, the man drunkenly dresses like Bigfoot. That is Pottersville with Michael Shannon, Ron Perlman, Judy Greer, Thomas Lennon, Christina Hendricks, and Ian McShane. Now you may be wondering, what the fuck?
That's exactly what I'm wondering, Nick.
So this movie's absolutely fucking bonkers because it opens up with Christina Hendricks and Ron Perlman being furries, and dancing and like dry humping, and the lead character, which is Michael Shannon, he's upset and he goes to the cashier of this bar. You know what? It's not important details, but he ends up getting drunk and running around in a gorilla suit, and it's like a lot of pictures surface, and everyone's like, "Oh, Bigfoot's come!" And so these famous monster hunters show up, and all this. It's like a Christmas movie too. It's very bad, but there's something like magnetic about it, and I hope more people talk about it.
Maybe they will now that you've mentioned it on our show.
Hey, true. Now, the second one is an episode from an anthology horror show called Into the Dark. This is the episode called Puka. So Puka features an actor who basically gets a job trying to sell this toy as a mascot called the Puka. And Puka is another Christmas themed, which kind of odd. I didn't notice that at first. Maybe that should have been my theme. That could have
been the theme.
It's true. Could have had the hardest theme in the world. Because Christmas is not in a factor of either of them. Yeah, so it has like a naughty and nice mode. So there's like nice mode, he's sweet and repeats back, and naughty, he's angry. And while he's in the costume, he goes from nice and naughty moods. So naughty, he's more violent and controlling towards his girlfriend and all that. And it's really interesting and really well done for, you know, a 40-minute episode on an anthology web show. So I was really impressed by it. And I think there's a sequel episode. I haven't seen that one yet. But it is, you know, very interesting. I almost included the horror reboot of the Banana Splits as the third one.
What?
Which is a very fun, very dumb movie. Which, I don't know if that's just amazing. But I'm going to get into my original story. So,
please do. Let me hear it.
Basically, the idea was creating a very innocent love romance between a husband and his wife. You know, the husband gets one of those and they go viral every couple months. Like one of those giant stuffed animals. Like there's the big fat bear at IKEA. There's that weird gray fella that looks like an elephant seal and he's got his hands folded. Like there's always like a big animal that like gets goes viral. So I was like, that'd be great. So like he gets like this big dumb stuffed bunny, and and it's like, oh, this is way too big. What are we gonna do with it? And going back and forth between their romance and tribulations, and then they go off solving their fight into the bedroom, and the lights get real dim, and then the bunny stands up and follows them into the room. So a secret horror movie
that sounds horrifying.
Which probably more for a stage play is how because that's how all I envision mine are. This might be more suited for a movie. I think a lot of my ideas are also better that way. But it's just
the stuffed animal budget on that movie would be insane.
Yeah, but just like think of just like if you're watching something, like you're watching some Hallmark movie, and then at the very end, just like an axe murderer kicks in the door and just like into grime in just effluvial guts. Like, man, wouldn't that be the greatest experience that you ever had?
That would be excellent.
It would be for me. And so that was the entire and this is basically, I don't have anything written for this really. It's basically just the idea, and maybe it'll get incorporated into something, maybe a collection of one acts and scenes, but incredible.
That'd be really
stuff.
cool, yeah. I'm trying to think of like, what was the title for this piece, or have you not gotten that far with it yet?
Well, fun fact, this is the second log line in a row about bunnies. Wink, wink.
Bunny rabbits, yes, I recall.
It's true. I don't think I had a name for this one yet. If I did, I forgot it. Without having anything written down, typically the first thing I have for my plays after the main idea is the title, and that's before I start writing on anything. Which is maybe not the best way to do it, but it's my way. Or the highway. That brings us to the end of our log line.